Well, thank you very much. It's a delight for me to be here to see a number of projects. I'm here with his Deputy Prime Minister. It's great also to be with the Minister of Energy and the Secretary of the Ministry of Finance to see some of the projects that we actually fund here. You know, it's something to say we have a lot of millions of dollars that we are spending in Cabo Verde. It's something else to actually physically see it. And from what I've seen today, I'm actually quite impressed. I was able to see three things today. We went to the technology park, and that technology park is quite impressive there. It's expected to be completed by, I guess, September this year, and they will launch it next year. And I've told the Prime Minister, I will come back for that launch by God's grace. And what I saw was a very well-built infrastructure that supports technology incubation, the business incubation services, but also helps to develop an ecosystem of sharing of technology, of platforms of data and information among different entrepreneurs, which is fantastic. I was able also to see the system that you have in the country here in terms of your data. You know, the data centers. The data center is actually quite impressive. It's very, very secure. It has a lot of capacity to actually help to store data for private sector, for central bank, for businesses, for those that are outside the country, and very, very secure and quite efficient. So I was told that they did not have even 1 second of outage in that system. That means that it's a very, very secure system. So if you are looking for a place to have service centers, data center, and to have business continuity for your operations, I think Cabo Verde for sure provides that capacity to be able to do it for West Africa and all those also from outside of Africa. I was able to see some very young people who were actually staffing the place. And I saw a young guy there today. This guy's about 17 years old. And he was doing his stage in the place. And I asked him, what did he want to do? He said he would want to be an engineer. I'm saying that because the future of Cabo Verde, it's not the youth, it's the present of Cabo Verde that is the youth. And I'm very pleased with what the government is doing, supporting young people, training them in university. We just passed by the University of Cabo Verde there. Just teaching them in science, in technology, in information, in all the fourth industrial revolution that you need in a modern digital world. I think that's the future, and that's very, very great to see. But you cannot do anything without electricity. You know, electricity is like the blood in your body. If you have blood, you're fine. If you don't have blood, you're not fine. Without electricity, no economy can work. And I want to really applaud the government of Cabo Verde for its focus on electricity. Today, this government has, the country has 98% of its population with access to electricity. And what's for me very exciting is how they got to that 98%. It's through renewable energy. You know, it's taking advantage of what God has provided, and taking advantage of the sun, taking advantage of the wind. We went to see the Cabo Verde power plant, and it's actually quite impressive. This Cabo Verde power plant, you know, is able to today supply electricity for about 20% coverage for the country through renewable energy. Now they expect we are going to finance or co-finance the second phase of this project with about $13 million, and that will, you know, allow them to be able to expand that and be able to have more electricity, but also be able to store more electricity, because that is very, very important to reduce the variability of energy supply. And we went also just here, you know, coming to the electricity company here to see where the dispatch centers are, you know, how they also combine the solar systems, but also supplying that with wind and making sure that they can really optimize what Cabo Verde has. Cabo Verde, you know, I was just told right now that here you have for the solar, it's even throughout the year, it's not highly variable because you have high irrigation. And so this is a country that is very well blessed with you know, huge amount of renewable energy, and I'm very glad that they are, you know, focusing on that. I've told the Deputy Prime Minister that the bank will continue to support in terms of capacity building institutional capacity, and helping them to expand the power generation in this country, not just for themselves, because, you know, the world today is very different. Not just for Cabo Verde, it's a small country, but you can be a place that helps to serve the rest of West Africa from here in terms of electricity into the grid system for the West Africa power pool. It's the same thing for tourism. It's the same thing for a data center, service center, managing the information for the whole center. So all in all, I'm quite excited to be here. I've learned a lot. The only thing I wish I've learned a little more is Portuguese, but the only one I know to say is muito obrigado.